Hello beauties, hope you're doing amazing. Shaz here with another to buy or not to buy. In these videos I talk about makeup that is released or sneak peeked and I try to talk myself out of them. And in the process I'm going to incentivize you to also talk yourself out of them and use the makeup that you already own. If that sounds good to you, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let's get to it. As you can see, if you follow me regularly, I'm not at home, but the drill is the same as usual. I have some amazing tea here waiting to be consumed because there's a lot that has released, so we're going to talk about them. No candles because I'm not home. I am going to be doing my look in this video as well, and for that I'm going to use my dupe of Nude Trolls palette from Cosmic Brushes. I duped the palette, and just like I duped Cool Trolls, which I used in my last to buy or not to buy, the videos of those dupes will be up soon. Stay tuned. I am on a low buy for the rest of the year, and as part of trying to get myself to not buy the makeup that is releasing, particularly the makeup that I really want to buy, like these Cosmic Brushes palettes, I've started duping them with my singles because I also have a ginormous singles collection, and doing so has been extremely useful at not wanting those palettes anymore. I'm gonna tag my no buy and dupe playlists below. The first thing I want to talk about are these from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. I talked about these already. Yes, I did. They hadn't released and the swatch was up. I talked about them either last week or the week before, so I'm not going to talk about them. They're available now, but I'm not picking up. But this one is going to release soon, and I can't wait. Archeo Paleo and Oceano palettes from Cleona Cosmetics. They are a little bit pricey though, because the whole bundle being $214 for 3 palettes is going to put me over my quarterly budget for makeup. Yeah, so I have to do something about that. Although for the second quarter, I didn't really buy a whole lot of makeup. I kind of didn't really buy anything. So I could pick this up as part of my second quarter's sort of purchase because I really want it. But I'm also waiting for the Sydney Grace Christmas in July sale, which is happening this month. So I know this can't be all I'm going to pick up. There is something glossy from Fenty. I'm not a gloss person, although Fenty already had glosses. Maybe it's new shades, and something from One Size launching on the 16th. Unearthly All I Ever Wanted, their Halloween palette revealed. You know what I'm liking is that brands are planning ahead, because if you all remember, the problem that we had last year was that summery palettes released in the fall. I mean, or they went into pre-orders in the summer, but by the time we received them, it was already fall. So it's good that brands are now thinking ahead, although Halloween seems like months away. And I know that if I have to budget to purchase this, then I can do that. So in that sense, it's also pretty smart. There is this Poolside of Life from Catrice, limited edition. This is probably their summer release, bold and vibrant. Okay, I would not call these bold. These look like pastels. What's bold about this? So an easy no. We have Cult Beauty collabing with Say on this edit box, and I think this is a good pick for anybody who's been waiting to try Say, but not for me because I have enough stuff for the face and the lips that I'm not already using. You all saw my lip declutter, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. This one I'm excited about, but I don't know if I'm going to pick anything up because frankly, I think I have a whole lot of things from this brand, and I don't know if this brand has a lot of things that I would be excited about that I don't already own, and that is Copacetic. They are having their birthday right now. I think this is their 6th or 7th year. Do I want to buy this bundle? I realistically don't think so, separate from what I just said about owning a whole lot of Copacetic, although these are probably new shades. I don't think these, at least the eyeshadow shades I think are all new. So I don't think I have these, but I'm pretty sure I have dupes of these. And, you know, I keep telling you all not to buy dupes. I have a whole series about not buying dupes. So I can't go buy dupes unless I'm buying it to show you what's a dupe for what. That would be the only reason I would buy dupes. Let's talk about this one. So there is a new eau de parfum coming from Tom Ford, which is supposed to be warm and spicy of woody spices. It says it has glowing leather accord, amber fix, and vanilla tincture. And I'm actually a pretty big fan of Tom Ford perfumes. Other than their price, I like the perfumes. I like warm scents, but I don't like very floral and artificial scents. So I would like to try this, as in test it and smell it in Sephora or, I don't know, duty free or somewhere. But it's coming in August, so who knows? Who knows what's going to be happening until August? Maybe I win the lottery. Let's talk about this one also. This one from Odins Eye. And I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, Solmon or something like that. Now, this is the second one because they had another one that they released some years ago. And I think Solmon means sun and moon. And it's releasing with 3 blushes and 3 highlighters. First of all, I have already planned some of the things that I'm picking up this, well, both for leftover money that I have from last quarter's budget and also this quarter's budget. So for July, August, and September. And I know there's going to be a lot of, you know, September is the month. It's autumn. Autumn is my color story. And I want to see what's releasing for Halloween. I prefer spending my money on those than this palette. Also, tangentially, I did not have the best experience using Odins Eye. Because of that experience, I know I'm going to pass. And to be honest with you, I'm not that crazy about the color story. I don't even want to dupe it. It kind of looks like a less interesting version of the Cool Trolls palette. There is a bunch of stuff releasing from YSL. The worldwide release for this is though in end of September. I don't know why we're talking about it now. I don't know. Not that it mattered because I wasn't going to go buy. Let me get started with this one from Glamlight. And while I'm doing that, let me tell you all that Glamlight is having another Chucky release. Their OG Chucky palette ended up being one of my favorites, although this one looks like it's going to have a much more colorful color story. So I don't think I'm going to pick it up. In order for me to pick up a palette, it has to be amazing. It has to look like it's insanely unique and almost undupable. So probably not duping and probably not picking up, but I'm always excited to see what Glamlight is coming up with, although I feel like they've really overdone on the collabs. I already talked about these from Cryptane last week, so I'm not going to talk about them at length again. And also this one from a brand called Kawaii. It's a beautiful palette for $26 that you can pre-order. I'm not pre-ordering, and I already have a lot of palettes like this. The only thing that looks nice in this photo, nice and appealing to me, is that neon green. However, I probably even have neon greens in singles, and I've just forgotten. Our next brand is Rom and. Now, I'm not sure if that's how you say the name of this brand, so if you know better, please help me correct myself. This is an Asian beauty brand that has sort of the Asian minimalist makeup aesthetic. There used to be a day when I was into that, but it's not today. So those eyeshadow palettes look a little too light toned for me. They look a little redundant for the aesthetic that I'm going for today. And perhaps similarly for those blushes. But I have used their lip tint that a friend bought me, and I like those. And I would definitely try more in the future. But if this is something you were waiting for, it's already available. I'm going to use E17 from Morphe, and I'm going to go into the pink here, and I'm using this kind of as a transition. I'm now going to use the purple, and I actually want to have this cover all of my lid. And I'm going to use that first brush to blend it into the pink. And I'm going to bring the purple under my lower lash line. Okay, also before continuing, beauties, I am doing 4th of July nails. These are press-ons that I bought some years ago, I think. This you already probably know about because I've seen 2 billion reels about it. Tarte's new Amazonian clay palette, which is $54. They have released a few of these before, right? Now this is probably the most colorful one that I've seen, and it looks nice. If they had released this even in 2019, I would be interested. Maybe even in 2020, but not in today's world. Although for Tarte, this is a giant leap. Our next one, and I do get tagged on some of these releases, and thanks so much for thinking of me when you see these new releases. This is a limited edition sneak peek from Adept called Legend of Ardra. I have to look that up to see what that's a reference to, but even the outside packaging is kind of intriguing. I sincerely hope that it has more mattes than how they've been doing the layout of their palettes in the past. I like there to be a little bit more balance between mattes and shimmers in a palette, and they're usually their 15 pans are 10 shimmers and 5 mattes. Or another thing they can do is to put a more variety of mattes. Also, Adept's palettes are magnetic, which I love because they allow you to mix and match and make your own palettes. Another thing that why are brands doing this to me? And my no buy is this one. You all know, well, you don't if you're new. And if you're new, I'm gonna tell you. The Glaminatrix is one of my favorite brands, and they have already dropped these quads. They're called Diamond Metallic Quads. And they're also having a mystery bundle release. I have a video about mystery bundles. I'll tag it below. I have done Glaminatrix mystery bundle in the past before I owned so much from Glaminatrix, and I think mystery bundle in general is a great way to try different things from a brand you don't have a lot of products from, or to try different things from a brand you have not purchased from maybe in the past couple of years, because chances are brands are going to include products they released in the past couple of years. They're not going to go to ancient history to put stuff in their mystery bundles. And I really had luck with the mystery bundle from Glaminatrix when I bought it. I think I bought it in 2022, and I got a whole lot of really, really quality multichromes and shimmers in there. And yeah, if I didn't own all the stuff that I already own from them, I would do the mystery bundle again. Let's talk about this one from MBA Cosmetics. And MBA Cosmetics also had a sale. Check it out. Maybe it's still ongoing, because I think they, a lot of brands do 4th of July sales. So if you were waiting on a brand to go on a sale, it might still have the sale ongoing. So definitely check that out. And this is something that they have sneak peeked, and they're saying more details soon, that this hasn't released. These are called glow lighters that are supposed to be 6 duochrome highlighters. I have a video swatching everything I purchased from MBA Cosmetics, and I bought all my purchases last year in the same sale. And I'm not going to repeat everything that I said in that video. So if you want to know more of my thoughts, you can go watch that video. But for now, it's a pass. Colourpop is doing liquid blush with cushiony creamy texture for $10 each, and they're going to be available July 7th at Ulta and have already released on Colourpop on the 27th, and it's going to come to Target on the 14th of July. I don't need blush right now, but definitely something I would like to try in the future. We're having a few more things, but before that, I'm going to use this flat-headed brush, and I'm going to go into this purple. This is actually a Cleona purple. And I'm going to use this to kind of line in my eye almost. Now, I have a lot of people who tell me, how do you know this color is going to look good with that color and so on. And in this case, using pink and purple is because pink is actually a variation of purple. If you watch my last color theory video, and I will tag that also below, but I believe it's my last video on the channel right before this one, I mention a lot about how to figure out what colors look good with what colors, and I also talk about pinks and purples. I'm quickly mentioning this one again because this was something I was excited about last time and it's already available now. Blend Bunny release. Yeah, this is a beautiful palette, but I'm still passing. And also this one from Gourmand Girls. This is also in collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny. They've had like 3 or 4 palettes now that have been collabs with Doodles by the Bunny. This is a beautiful palette, and cyans and oranges are color stories that I really like. I remember doing a short for last Halloween on this channel that I used cyans and oranges in. I love using those 2 colors together, but I can dupe this palette and hence I'm passing, but it's a beautiful palette. I love this color combination. There are a whole lot of brushes releasing from Made by Michelle, or that these are all the same brushes, they just come in different colors. Each brush set has a combination of 16 brushes and it is $52, which honestly for 16 brushes, that's not a bad price at all, considering Made by Michelle is pretty pricey in general. This is dropping July 15th, but I don't have budget for it. I don't. I also don't need brushes. I'm gonna go into this shade. I think this is Esmerai, and this beauty is going in my inner corner. I'm loving that. So this look is actually a fully monotone look. We have purple, pink, and this pinky reddish kind of a color. Really, the shift here is magenta. What I see is magenta, is not as much red. All a variation of purple, so this is a monotone look. Okay, we have a couple more. First one is this one from Gloss Gods. So they are giving us 5-pan palettes, and I'm here for that. Except for the fact that these palettes are mostly mattes, and I love Gloss Gods shimmers. Now, I have not used their latest palettes, and the palettes that I have launched as far back as last summer, and they did not have the best matte quality for my skin. I have extremely dark features. I like super pigmented shades, and they looked a little bit pastel-y. Pastel colors have white in them, so they look duller on your skin. But if you're a lighter toned person, lighter pastel colors might look amazing on you. You know what? I'm torn. I like these, but I don't know, because I also think I can dupe them. I like the green one and the blue one and the pink one and the purple one, but I think I can dupe them. I think I can dupe them. How much are they? They're individually $30, which is $6 a pan. I don't know. I feel like for mattes, that's pricey. I'm not buying because I've already planned on my money elsewhere. They're pretty though. Beauties, this is the completed look. I put everything that I used in the description box below. Also, like always, I'm going to do a close-up reel of this look on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is also in the description box below. Before I get into our last one, I wanted to say I purposefully did this look because I wanted to show you that you could do a fully cool-toned eye look using this palette, although in one look, the palette looks like it's very warm-toned. Now, this is the last palette that I want to talk about, and this I briefly talked about last week, but it was not revealed yet, and now it is. This is a 6-pan magnetic eyeshadow palette that has 5 multichrome shimmers and 1 holochrome shimmer from Bella Beauty Bar. It's called Molten Metals. And some of the swatches I've seen from this palette, if they really swatch like that, I kind of want this palette. It says it's releasing early July with melted mattes and baked blushes, which I talked about last week. This palette really has that oomph. You know when I said I want to spend my money buying palettes that look like palettes that I can't dupe? Well, this arguably is one of those. And the pans come out. Although there are a lot of products that I'm eyeing. Cleona, Christmas in July. So I really need to be judicious about where my money goes. But this palette is really captivating. Well, maybe for now I can say that I'm going to wait to see more swatches. Yeah, let's do that. And with that, beauties, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, and if you enjoy these kinds of videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. I do all kinds of different videos related to indie makeup, and I also have a playlist for these kinds of to buy or not to buy videos that's going to be recommended to you at the end of this video. Don't forget, before you leave, write to me in the comments below what makeup you managed to talk yourself out of purchasing this week. I love you all. Have an amazing day, and until next time, bye.